What's up, everybody? It's your boy Duel, back here with another video. Today, we're going to be talking about Path of Exile 2. So, I haven't put out a video about Path of Exile 2 for a while, and there's a couple reasons for that. One, I've had a bunch of personal stuff going on, and, Christmas and all that. Anyway, nobody cares. So, the main reason is that I've been playing a bunch of Path of Exile 2. I haven't gotten to endgame, and the reason for that is I can't find a character that I just really, really like. I started out here, and while I'm talking, I'll put on some gameplay here. When I started out, I was playing Warrior, and Warrior, and this, in my opinion, should be the equivalency of like the Barbarian is in Diablo 4. The Warrior is rough, and I'm talking insanely rough. And I understand it. I think it does get better in the end game, but in my opinion, if the class isn't good when you're starting out, then why would I want to try to get to this to end game? Um, Playing as a warrior is like playing top-down Dark Souls. You have to dodge literally everything. If you're up and close and personal, you get punished for it, which in Dark Souls, that's not even the case. If you're doing the right build, you can definitely destroy things. And that's not the case here with Warrior, in my opinion. I just did not have a good starting out with Path of Exile 2 with Warrior. So I switched to Ranger. I played Ranger for a while. I didn't get to endgame. I think I got him to like level 30. He was pretty fun to play. And then I made a monk. I did the ice strike monk. Tried him for a little bit. He was fun. I got him to like level 60. He got really squishy towards the end, and that's just a skill issue on my part with gear. And I just was like, no, this is, I want to try something else. So now I'm trying the witch, and I'm trying the infernalist build. And so when I first started, I was building my own build with the warrior, and as you know, it just didn't go very well. And so I just started trying to do, other builds that people are doing. And so far, the other classes have been vastly different from warrior, and it's been amazing. So I really, really hope the Path of Exile 2 developers address this issue because it's just not a fun campaign experience, and I think that campaign is the best thing in the game. I love the atmosphere. I love the bossing. Some of the maps are a little weird. And again, I'm not talking about endgame. I'm just talking about the campaign here. Like where you're running around and like there's a lot of dead ends, and maybe it's like that in PoE 1. Cause I play a little bit of PoE 1, but I'm definitely not a pro. I never even got to endgame. But I don't like that. I don't like that there's dead ends. I don't like it in Diablo 4. I don't like it here. So I hope that they get rid of a lot of that. It's just a lot of wasted time. Like get me to the objective that I need to get to so I can move on and blast. The other issue that I found is that crafting is non-existent in this game. And it's such a debatable topic, and I don't know how more people are not talking about this. Like the biggest issue that people are talking about is rarity, and rarity to me, yes, it needs to be addressed, but it's not the worst thing in the world right now. It's just overjuiced, or maybe they need to just remove it from gear completely. But that's a different topic for a different day. What I want to talk about is crafting. Crafting is non-existent in this game. You get the transmutes and the augments, and that's really where it ends. And this is my biggest problem with the game, is when you get to a certain point with endgame, you have to basically trade to get the best in slot gear. And I actually I debated this with Rax on his stream. We were talking about it and talking about crafting, and he was saying that Diablo 4's crafting is 10 times better than anything than or I'm sorry, he was saying the opposite. He was saying Path of Exile 2's crafting is way way better than Diablo 4, and I was just like, in what way? In what capacity? There's no deterministic crafting in PoE 2 whatsoever. I literally am just gambling, and for people that are new to this and are casuals coming off of Diablo 4 where initially Diablo 4 had nothing, right? But now they have tempering recipes, so you have somewhat deterministic crafting. And I'm not saying that you should be able to go out and get the gear that you need and be able to craft whatever you want. But let's put a pin in that, right? Because nobody wants that. That's bad. But spending currency in the game to get what you want, that's okay. How does that make any sense? If I can just go and buy the stuff, then why can't I just go and craft it then? It doesn't make any sense to me. And also, trading is happening outside of the game. I thought they were going to be fixing this. I thought this was going to be in the game, like RuneScape, where they have literally a grand exchange that you go to and trade items. Where is that? Why don't we have that? Why am I going to a third-party website and trading? So my issue isn't inherently with trading in general. My issue is the fact that when I'm playing an ARPG, I'm hoping that when I kill stuff, a good loot will drop and I could swap it out for current gear. That is not the case. No. Most of the time when you're searching through gear, most of your gear that you're going to find is dog shit. Yeah, you'll get lucky and you'll get some good rolls every once in a while, but crafting is non-existent. There's nothing deterministic about it, so I can't like pick up an item and go, yeah, I'm going to put movement speed on my boots. I mean, yeah, you have essence, but really, other than that, you can't get the rolls that you want. It's literally just a giant pool of stats, and it's all random. That's it. And there's no way around it. So the best thing to do, like exalts are supposed to be used for crafting, right? But that's when not people they don't do that. They save them up and then they trade, or divine orbs. They go and trade. So you might be thinking, well, this is how it's always been in PoE1. And yeah, that's another reason why I didn't like PoE1 as much either. I don't like having to interact with people to get better. What are we talking about here? It's an ARPG. Kill monsters. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to go off on a rant. Kill monsters and get better loot. Like, what are we talking about? That's the whole point. Why am I collecting these orbs and saving them, then going to an external site and buying the gear with the stats that I want? Just put deterministic crafting in the game if that's what I'm going to do. Doesn't make any sense. So you play more, get the currency, and trade. That's standard, right? Now, I know a lot of people like to play solo Southbound. I would love solo Southbound. I think that would be the perfect thing for me. But solo Southbound, again, is just a literal gambling. I don't have 10,000 hours. And I feel like you don't get enough materials to risk spending them on crafting. Like, it's not worth it. And maybe if they like triple the amount of materials you get in solo Southbound, that would make solo Southbound. But it's the same in standard. Why is that? Shouldn't you be getting more? If you want us to craft, you have to give me a reason to craft. And so far, there's no reason to, really. The smartest play, if you want to have the best gear and be really strong and juiced up, is to play standard and trade. That's it. So if that's the way that they want to go, I don't know that PoE2 is going to be my go-to. I might just stick with D4 or whatever else comes out next. But I'm a firm believer in being able to somewhat get the gear that I want on my own. That's my biggest issue with this entire game. Not with the graphics, not with the animations, nothing like that. The game is fantastic. Everything that I've experienced in the game feels really good. There's a couple of jank boss fights, but for the most part, that's a skill issue. For the most part, can be avoided by getting better at the game. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this because I feel like not a ton of people are talking about it, and I hope it gets addressed in the future. I really do, and I know it's early access. There's going to be a bunch of changes coming before free release. But yeah, that's generally my thoughts on the game right now, and I really hope that it improves. But sorry, this came off as like a really negative video. It's not meant to be. I really love this game. The bare bones is there. Again, I haven't gotten to end game. I've heard mixed reviews on end game, where it's very repetitive or some things just don't make a lot of sense. So again, the main reason I just haven't gotten to end game is I just haven't had the time to get a character to end game, and I haven't picked a class that I really, really like and stuck with it. So I'm really liking Infernal the Switch. I think I'm going to stick with that. And then once I get to endgame, I'll put out some more videos talking about endgame. But of course, if you made it this far in the video, there's going to be other people that you can go and watch that are better at explaining endgame than I am. But yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest. But yeah, hopefully more PoE2 content coming in the future. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you being here, and Happy New Year and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that kind of stuff. Welcome back. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.